Welcome back, everyone. We're here with our new Scruff, Steve Biondi.
After our previous Scruff, Chris Graff, unfortunately graduated. I tried to sabotage him as much as possible academically, but alas,
it didn't work.
He moved on.
But I'm the replacement.
Yes. So we'll see if you can replace Chris.
Can I fill those shoes?
You have to be as animated as possible. That's
just
the
move
key.
my arms a lot.
Yeah.
I'm Italian. I could just the
That's
entire
fine.
time be like
That
this.
works properly.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a few things we're going to talk about.
Okay. So
Right.
the topics for today, we're definitely going to talk about Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four trailer,
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil,
And I don't know, I guess we could touch on the Oscars quickly.
Yeah.
I don't really care that much, but we can say a little bit perhaps.
Yeah.
At the end.
Definitely. All right. So Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I guess we'll start with showing the Fantastic Four trailer. Okay, so
What did you think?
I didn't like it.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, really?
I didn't like it, but that's just me, I guess. I don't know. Let's go around. Do you based on that tone, I'm assuming you did like it.
I didn't love it. I was pleasantly surprised by it, I guess, because I watched it expecting to hate it, hate it.
So it went in with low expectations.
Yeah, I went in with the lowest possible. After I heard that Doctor Doom was going to be like a hacker, I was like, I don't know about this movie.
I didn't even realize Doctor Doom was he in the trailer?
He wasn't in the trailer.
Okay.
no.
Okay. You can only assume they're gonna fight Doctor Doom. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing to do.
The deal with him in this movie is he's like a edgy hacker kid that is trying to take down the government.
That sounds terrible.
He's the hacker called 4chan is what he is in this movie.
That sounds awful.
I know.
Fantastic Four Chan.
Yeah, the Fantastic 4chan. Actually, a cool thing is apparently at one point in the trailer, there's an IP address which if you trace it, it leads to a Latveria or something. So I don't know.
So they're doing like a
Viral type thing.
I don't know if anyone cares about the Fantastic Four enough to look it up, but
Not
Someone
really.
did. My
Someone
my
looked it
friend
up.
did.
Yeah.
Did you like it or no?
I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, because the last Fantastic Four movie was so ridiculous.
I was very disappointed.
It's kind of funny to watch now because it's been on TV, ever since. But I was watching it recently. And
Are we talking
talking
about
about-
the
yeah, we're talking
original
about the
or
first or
original?
the
the second one
Silver
that didn't happen.
But
Yeah.
that's even worse.
Yeah,
That one's just bad. This one, at least that was a little bit fun and you can laugh at it with friends.
Yeah. And
The
Captain
new
America,
one,
isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Chris Evans as Human Torch.
Yeah, that wasn't the worst thing, I guess.
But this new one, it takes a darker tone, which I'm not too fond of. I'm kind of over it with the Dark Knight movies and Man of Steel.
That's the new thing, though.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Superheroes are dark, don't you
Sometimes.
know?
The
They're so
joyless-
dark.
The joyless
And brooding,
superhero known
yeah.
as Superman.
So dark I can't tell what's going on screen.
It's the contrast, and we'll get to that with
Yeah,
Daredevil
yeah,
because I couldn't see anything, ironically enough. But Dark Knight was successful for
Right.
a number of reasons,
No.
and I think the appeal of the dark, gritty superhero is that it brings some realism and some seriousness to something which historically has been considered this is for children, this is silly, this is hokey,
Right.
and it's and I think now is we're finally starting to see it come back somewhat to that where with Marvel Studios, Guardians of the Galaxy, the tone of those movies is very
Fun.
and lighthearted, but it's still riding the line where it's
But they still know what they're doing.
there's things at
Yeah.
stake, and it's an action adventure film, and it's fun.
Exactly.
It should be fun. Superheroes are fun, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of superheroes, I would expect to be dark and gritty. Fantastic Four is at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Because they're
exactly.
goofy, we wear spandex suits and
We all match.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just this dumb,
Yeah, Fantastic Four I probably care the least about of all the Marvel
Yeah.
Yeah.
franchises.
I would say so.
I'm not a huge
If this
fan.
movie is awful, it won't bother me because
Yeah,
I
I
don't
can
care that
sleep
much
with it.
anyway. I have no investment in the Fantastic Four or their stories.
Yeah, I like the characters. I like them sometimes better outside of Fantastic Four.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everybody I feel like what people like the most out of the Fantastic Four is Doom. People like Doctor Doom.
He's definitely the most used character outside
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Fantastic
He's
Four.
a great large-scale villain.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
can
Yeah,
fight
yeah.
a lot of people. I mean, he's sort of the the stereotypical like enemy of the
He's
Fantastic
just
Four,
like
but
an evil guy.
yeah, exactly.
But he can like do everything. Is his
It's
thing.
true.
And the problem that they already seem to have ruined that if they're going for that like hacker thing. Like
thing.
they already ruined like
I-
the potential of this character, which
Um,
is supposed to be like this very like power hungry,
Like
egotistical,
government sort of. Yeah. I think in this one the thing is that in the trailer you didn't see them go to space. They
Right.
like
Right.
go into these pods, and I think what happens is Doom hacks those pods so they mess up and give them the powers. Is what the new spin is.
I mean, it doesn't matter how they get the powers, really.
that's how I feel.
But that's just like how they're taking it this time.
Yeah, that's the two like least important things about superhero movies to me at least are like how they get their powers or like what the costume looks like.
Yeah.
Because
Costume's important in some ways, but
as far
like-
as a first impression goes, like they usually
In an
always
origin-
like show.
yeah, in an origin story, I always like the plain clothes like superhero. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like I got my superpowers, but like I don't know, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Like who cares?
Yeah, like Spider-Man.
Yeah. I don't know. It just has to not look bad.
Mhm.
Like I
Oh,
agree
yeah,
with you.
of
I agree with you. If it looks bad, it's gonna be
Detract,
detrimental.
yeah.
But like it doesn't make or break it. Yeah, it's low on the list of things that I'm looking for.
That are important.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
at least for this movie, there is a lot of potential to be good. The director is Josh Trank, who did Chronicle, which is a good movie. Have you
Yes,
seen
I've
it?
seen Chronicle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Seen Chronicle?
actually, a friend of mine kind of pointed it out. He just kind of goes, "This is just Chronicle again," because
Yeah.
it's just the
Kinda.
it's like, hey, is
A
the
group of kids get
Is
superpowers
the-
from a thing.
is the black actor the same guy?
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan was
Yeah.
in Chronicle. He's also a very good actor outside of
Oh yeah, no,
these
but
two movies. And that's another thing. The actors are very good. Miles Teller,
they're also very young.
that's also true.
Which is weird
Kate
to me.
Mara, House of Cards. I don't know who is playing Ben Grimm. I should probably find that out.
CGI staff.
No, who's the, yeah.
I mean, he's gonna be in it for 5 seconds and then CGI.
Well, I think he's doing the
Is he doing like?
The
Yeah.
voice.
voice and
But is he doing motion capture?
yeah, motion capture
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
But one thing I did like is
Andy
what the fuck is
Serkis.
going on with that?
It said something. Hang on.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, just ignore it. As long as it's recorded.
All right, so
Pretend nothing
Fantastic Four
Okay,
has a lot of potential. Director Josh Trank.
I liked Chronicle a lot.
I like Chronicle as well.
So some promising elements.
Simon Kinberg is the writer. He did Days of Future Past, which
I don't know. Yeah, not bad.
It was a structurally sound movie.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I'm tired of X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men are
Yeah,
kind of
so-
ruined for me, at least in the movie sense.
Yeah.
A lot of potential in the comic
I
book.
saw someone write on Twitter that the X-Men movie franchise is trying to put out a fire by pouring more garbage on it.
Yeah.
Well, like, eventually they're just going to reboot the whole thing.
I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, more or less, Days of Future Past was kind of like, hey guys, nothing.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
no, but like
None of that happened.
it's not a clean break because like they're hindered because they have to use younger versions of the characters in the past. So I don't know.
I think moving
they're
forward,
all
though.
going to be period movies. It's like eventually I think maybe in a couple of years they'll just reboot the whole thing, get a new Professor X, new Magneto, get a new just forget everything that's happened so far. That's what they should do. If
That's
they
what
really
they're
wanna-
trying to do. It looks like though, like without really like they're like we have to hold on to.
They
Hugh
should
Jackman,
they should do a hard reboot. Hugh Jackman's too old.
But Fantastic Four.
But Fantastic Four. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got off topic.
It has a good cast. I like those actors in what I've seen them in. The guy playing Doctor Doom was in Dawn of Planet of the Apes, and I know it's a soft spot for you.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Rewatched it.
He plays Koba.
Oh really? Okay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought you meant like actually was in. The
No,
movie.
he wasn't actually.
Okay.
He was an ape in the movie.
Okay.
Hey,
Still in the
he was motion captured in there. If you remove the CGI, he's there.
He's
underneath.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on the DVD version.
Yeah, but that if it's a good cast, good director, it could be good. I mean, it's overplayed. It's a lot of like cliches of superhero movies.
Yeah,
You got the
but-
giant laser shooting into the
Yeah.
sky. You got the
You
dark characters, dark tone, and
There's that one line in the trailer where like I think it's Miles Teller's like what's coming or whatever, and then someone says like the answers.
Yeah.
A friend of mine like wrote on Twitter or something. He's like, it would have been so much better if that line was "What's coming," and then someone just said "Doom." That would have hit so much harder.
Oh, definitely.
That would have hit so much harder. It would have been like,
because
shit.
That's
like,
why this trailer like wasn't really well received, because it's so
nothing.
generic.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
A lot of people compared it to actually the Interstellar.
It looks
trailer,
exactly like
a
the
which
lot of
I thought was
Interstellar
funny.
stuff. A lot
Got the
of
cornfields.
But like Interstellar is
It just
good.
looked
So.
generic.
No, I liked it. I liked
generic
Interstellar.
sci-fi.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing made it a Marvel movie. Nothing made it Fantastic
Because
Four.
it's not a Marvel Studios movie. They don't. Marvel Studios seems to be the only people who know how to hit the mark in terms
Yeah.
of like tone and like planning for the future.
Yeah.
This just feels like it's like we just put all the puzzle pieces into place to make a superhero movie.
I'll probably still see it when it comes out.
I've resolved to not see movies anymore. It's really sad.
I'm done with movies.
Well, it comes out around my birthday, so maybe someone will just pay
When
for
does
it
it
for
actually
me.
come out?
August 7th.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I won't go see it.
I'll get some jerk to pay.
If
pay for
I'm not gonna go see it, and if it'll be like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Like I won't go see it. A bunch of people will say if it's good. On the off chance it's good, there'll be buzz, and then I'll go see it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go see it just because it's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to sell me on it.
I think what I need to see is just another trailer. Just like give me something
Yeah.
else. Like it's like originally I was like absolutely not going to see this movie. This trailer came out, it wasn't as horrible as I thought it was going to be. So I'm like, maybe like I'm holding off.
It's a good strategy to always go in with low expectations.
Oh yeah,
it works
just
well.
Everything's
Yeah.
gonna be terrible.
Yeah. That's where I'm.
It's a good
where
way to
I'm
live
at.
life.
What I did when I saw Interstellar, actually kind of unrelated. I didn't see a single trailer. I saw like one poster. I went in with like no
You went
expectation.
in cold.
Yeah.
Chris style.
And it's a great thing to do. I would recommend that if there's a movie you're like, I want to see this. Just know that you want to see it and don't look anything up.
That's
about
what
it.
I usually stick to, just the theatrical trailer.
Yeah, I think I saw like
whatever you would be able to see in a theater.
Yeah,
Because that's public
Yeah.
at that point. I try to stay
Don't, like,
away from
Google stuff, yeah.
IGN
Well, don't go on
message
IGN
boards
regardless.
Well, it's endless speculation about
Endless
who's being
speculation.
cast about this
Yeah.
and that.
Yeah.
None of it's true. Yeah.
Some of it's true.
Well,
When they have an official announcement, I'll read it, but
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, it's speculation.
It was
Yeah.
it was like cool going in to see Interstellar because I was like, oh, like that guy's in it. I had no
Yeah.
idea, like so many, But this is a movie where I'm like, so yeah, I'll look up other trailers.
Yeah, definitely.
with Christopher Nolan, half the cast. Michael Caine's gonna.
Yeah, Michael Caine's gonna.
Yeah.
Morgan
Christian
Freeman.
Bale probably gonna be in it. Now
Might
Anne
drop
Hathaway
by.
is there. Yeah.
Christian Bale was actually one of those robots. You just didn't know it. He was like in the box.
Just method acting.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool. I love those robots.
They were pretty cool.
They were really
I
cool.
want those and other things. I want those robots in Fantastic Four.
They
They will be
You know what's
they'll be
weird
the-
though? You know what's weird? You say I want them in Fantastic Four.
Yeah, don't they have a robot?
It's
side
like
thing?
they can do that because
Yeah.
it just looks the same.
Yeah.
They can just plop those robots down and be like, oh my god, and like
Fantastic Four, Interstellar in the same universe.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
just like plop that down and be
Netflix
like,
confirmed.
But
Yeah, they do kind of fit in.
yeah, just be like, oh Reed, look at this robot you made, and it's just the same robot, and everyone would be like, wait a minute.
No one would.
the only thing I'm disappointed in, and this is just personal, probably doesn't apply to most people, the fact that Skrulls, which are I guess part of the property of
Fantastic
Four, can't be used in Marvel Studio movies because I like
Yeah.
Skrulls, I like Super Skrull. There's a lot of cool.
In Marvel vs. Capcom.
No.
That's the only thing I know. Skrull from.
No, like Skrulls are a huge
Yeah, they're like the
potential
aliens.
villain.
They like kind of like.
They can disguise as other people.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion was a pretty good story. Super Skrull is a great cosmic character. He was a big character in
Mhm.
Annihilation Conquest and Annihilation Wave.
Yeah, it
But,
does kind of suck. They have to like mute that part of the universe.
Yeah.
But
It would
just
be cool.
kind of going off what you're talking about with the Skrulls, what I was saying is, in the game Marvel vs. Capcom 3, they were like, oh, like, Fantastic Four is kind of cool. They didn't put any Fantastic Four character in, they just plopped in Super Skrull and was like, well, he's got all the powers, so he's cooler than them. So they
Yeah,
just
kinda.
They just plopped him and they're like, here's Super Skrull.
I don't care about Fantastic Four, but
Yeah.
Super Skrull's a
Yeah,
nice character.
the kind of
The
spin-off-
villains
the
shine so
spin-off
much more than
stuff
they do.
of Fantastic Four, the Inhumans, like that belongs to Marvel.
Yeah, which is good.
Which
is very
but
good.
I don't know where Namor stands. That might be because he's kind of older than them.
Yeah, I have no idea how that works. I would like to see, and that's the worst part about it is, like, they're going to go, it's sort of the easy way to go for a Doctor Doom as your first villain, which is the safe way to play it.
Yeah.
But, like, imagine if they did, like, a Skrull invasion, like, first movie. Like, that would be very different.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Sorry to cut you off. Wasn't there kind of a thing about, like, in the Avengers, those aliens were, like, supposed to be the Skrulls?
They were
Chitauri or something?
Yeah, they're like the Ultimate Universe version of Skrulls, but they're not the same, really.
So
No.
They don't have that, like, ability to take the form of other things.
Yeah, they're not nearly as cool. But my question is, does that mean that Marvel has the rights to the Skrulls? Like
No, they
Marvel
just
Studios?
they just have
Fox
access
does.
to the Chitauri, which are
Okay.
like a poor man's Skrull.
Okay.
They're
Chitauri
different.
And, what's the other aliens? The Kree.
The Kree, but Kree are big cosmic
Yeah.
characters.
But they have access.
They have Xandar.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, there's a couple other ones they could throw in, but we'll see. We'll see where that
pretty
goes.
big to be
Skrulls
missing.
are big, and
Big
I
missing
miss
piece.
them. Is the plan?
I thought the big portal to the sky was going to be actually the Skrulls, like, coming down or something. I thought that was the plan.
I don't know. They're gonna play it safe, and they'll probably suck. And
All right, I'll start.
okay,
I liked it.
you liked it.
I liked it. Trailer seemed pretty cool.
I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, well,
Neither could he.
But yeah. I mean, this is through Marvel Studios, correct?
correct.
So it'll probably be good. Is
It's the same. It's called the Defenders, right? They have
Yeah,
this.
it's gonna be
Jessica Jones and a Luke Cage thing.
Luke Cage and Iron Fist. And then
Iron
they're-
Fist is cool.
And then they're gonna do a
def-
Defenders miniseries.
and
after all
definitely
Yeah, all
a
of them are gonna
good
be in
combo
that,
of heroes,
that. Definitely.
and definitely like
They're kind of like the C team that, like, no one really pays attention to, but they're all cool.
Yeah, no.
Definitely.
Luke Cage is a great character, and like if they put them together with a group like Daredevil's probably the biggest name there, and like
Definitely.
if they can make Daredevil work, the rest will follow.
Yeah.
And I have confidence.
I have confidence because it's Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
It's just
I wasn't exactly too, like, drawn by it, because to me, I just kind of looked at it and was like, just going back to the dark and gritty thing, I'm like, it's just dark and gritty again. Like, I don't want this.
Yeah, but this is something that deserves that trend ruins it because like Daredevil, especially if they're going for like Frank Miller-esque Daredevil, then it should be dark and it should have this dark tone to it, and that's appropriate. And Marvel is using it appropriately in this case. If they made it dark and brooding Guardians of the Galaxy, it wouldn't work because it just it's the wrong tone for the set of characters. This is an appropriate use of that tone, and we'll see. It's hard to tell from the trailer. To be
Yeah.
honest, I couldn't get much out of it, but I'm just going based on Marvel Studios is making it, and the unknown is really they haven't done much in television besides Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which isn't really superheroes.
right. And yeah,
And the other thing.
Agent Carter.
Yeah, that's the one.
Same thing, right?
But
Yeah.
this is like the next. This could be their break into television. Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you were watching it at the beginning, it wasn't very good. And then after Winter Soldier,
Got better.
It did get better, and it turned into basically a different show. And then they followed up during their mid-season break. They followed up with Agent Carter, which is a solid
Miniseries, right?
It's
not
sort
like
of.
it's not like a full thing.
They're not saying it's a miniseries because they might come back for a second season.
Oh, okay.
But
They don't want to box
they're gonna
themselves
they're
up.
they're gonna leave it open. But
Okay.
as far as like
It's tied
the
into the
time,
same universe.
the time you'll spend watching it, it's only 8 episodes.
Okay, yeah.
But so far it's been pretty good. It stands on its own pretty well because it's so separated, because it's a period piece.
Yeah, like the thing is, so that none of that is like superhero related directly. It's mostly like a sort of
Right.
crime solving agent show. Like it's
Yeah,
action
spy
adventure.
show.
Yeah, spy show is a better term. I know it's connected to the universe and they have like cameos from other characters, but it's
Right.
mainly there's no big superheroes in it. It's not a superhero show.
Right. There's
Yeah,
not going to be any Avengers.
So-
Yeah, you can't draw people in by being like, oh, but Captain America's here too. It's just like, that's not happening.
Now I usually shit on DC movies and they deserve so. But the DC shows that have been coming out apparently have been very good. Gotham's been getting
I've heard Arrow's
well
pretty
received.
cool.
Arrow is pretty good.
Flash, like I've seen some episodes of Flash,
Flash
and
is
it's
a lot of
very
fun.
good. Like they I think they got it down in terms of like
Yeah.
how to do the Flash
I
properly.
think that Daredevil is Marvel's answer to Arrow.
Yeah.
I think that's my thing. I think that might have been why I was kind of turned off by it, because I kind of watched it and was like, so they're just doing Arrow, kind of like. I just kept getting this vibe that it's
Right.
like Marvel's like, we want to make Arrow.
Well, that's the thing. It's not their, emulation of Arrow. It's their
Response.
And-
their
Answer,
response,
yeah.
and
You can also
how
make
are they
good
going to
content.
expand? Because Arrow, the show, is pretty dark comparative to like the Flash or Agents of Shield, but there are still lighter elements.
Yeah.
You know, the daytime activities of those characters.
And we don't-
there's still jokes and things.
We don't know that maybe Lawyer Time Daredevil
Right.
might be like that.
From the trailer, we don't really know much of the
Of
Matt
Ace
Murdock.
Attorney, yeah.
Ace Attorney. But I think
I wonder how they'll balance that. Like, is it going to be like half crime show, half
Yeah.
like you know,
I mean, to me, it's
Beating up
Daredevil punching people in the face in a dark alleyway? Like, I don't know. Like, we'll see.
He'll
Like,
split the screen straight down. One, he's like walking around a courtroom. The other one, he's just knocking some guy out.
it's like Law and Order, but with Batman.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Thrown in there, you know.
Son of a bitch.
And these batteries do not have a long life.
Daredevil. It looks interesting. I'm excited to watch it. I like this steady stream of Marvel things to watch. There's never like not something.
Yeah.
With it's Agents of Shield from like September to like December, and then in the winter break, they filled it in with Agent Carter. And then that comes back. Then you have Daredevil to watch on Netflix.
If you have Netflix.
Which
I don't.
mean,
I don't,
You can
yeah.
you can find
Yeah.
a way to get it. You have a friend with Netflix, probably, right?
My dad is considering getting Netflix just to watch the show. So
Oh, that's intense.
because
This is
What if it's
he's
bad?
he's a huge Daredevil fan.
Oh, okay.
Specifically Frank Miller era Daredevil, and then he wants to see if it's any good because he's really been enjoying the other like DC shows. So
Yeah.
I think he watches Flash and Gotham, and I don't. So
Gotham, I've heard like nothing about, like if it's good or bad.
well, like
Hit or miss.
yeah,
Yeah,
to
I've
me
heard
it's just like pointless. But we've already kind of
Yeah.
talked about that. But I want to make a little tangent. But first, if you want to give your final thoughts on Daredevil.
Oh, I'm a little like disinterested simply because to me it's like superhero bordering on anti-hero, has no powers and has to protect his city, and he's so gritty about it. It's like I don't know, I'm just like Batman, Arrow, like I don't know, I'm kind of like getting a little disinterested, but I don't know. I don't have Netflix for starters, so my one friend is big into it, so if he like really like annoys me about it, I'll probably check it out. But my big thing is just I want to know, do we know who's playing Kingpin?
Yeah,
Ah.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
I don't know him actually. What has he been in?
He was in Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, okay.
He kills himself in the first half. Spoiler.
Oh, okay.
God.
Spoilers. No, yeah. But earlier I was just saying that I thought out of everything in the Ben Affleck Daredevil thing, the only salvageable thing was Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin. I thought he did a great job. So I just
Vincent
want to.
D'Onofrio will be fine.
You think it'll be
He's a
good?
actor.
Yeah, we'll see. That I'm sure it'll be fine in that department.
Yeah.
I have a lot of faith in Marvel Studios.
He's also in Men in Black.
Oh, yeah.
The Bug Man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's that gross. Oh, okay. Oh.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Gross.
But anyway, I just want to make a little tangent because I heard about something and I just wanted to mention it quickly. So I heard that Marvel is planning on doing a universe reboot or something like that.
Yeah.
Marvel
That's
Comics.
a terrible
Yeah.
idea.
Universe reboot.
Why are they doing that?
Well, the way I see it is they're combining. It seems like they're combining elements of the
What's it called?
Ultimate
Like the Battleverse or something? Something weird?
Secret Wars.
No. They wanted to like what they wanted to call it.
Battle World.
Yeah,
but that's
something
from the
like-
original Secret Wars. Did you read that?
Yeah, I read Secret Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Battle World's
what
cool.
I think they're doing is they're like combining the Ultimate Universe because that is ending. No more Ultimate Comics.
Really?
And the Marvel Universe because most people know the Ultimate Universe because that's the stuff they adapted into the movies
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, because
So
it was a
people-
more
people will-
updated, fresh version of
Right,
those
people
characters.
will identify those themes and characters a little bit better than they would if they were to pick up any Marvel comic, which
But
isn't necessarily true.
Like
But
60s Spider-Man versus Ultimate
It's-
Spider-Man.
it's-
right, people would identify the Ultimate Spider-Man way
Yeah,
quicker
yeah.
than
It's a feedback loop. It's comics inspired movies. Now movies are inspiring comics.
Right.
that
I think it's
originally
just-
inspired them. You're gonna have Nick Fury is now definitively Ultimate Nick Fury, and
Right.
they're gonna make Tony
But
Stark
the
like
funny
Robert
thing
Downey
is,
Jr.
They're definitively
The-
their actors now.
The funny thing is that, like, when they wrote Ultimates,
Yeah.
whenever that was,
Yeah,
he was inspired by Samuel L. Jackson. that
Yeah,
character.
exactly.
And then they got
based
him
it.
to play that character, and now they're
So
going
now,
to get
yeah.
that character from the movies to be in the comics, which he's been in for a few
Yeah,
years.
exactly. It's the weirdest feedback loop
It's-
possible.
It's kind of cool.
I don't know, because I was totally against the New 52 DC.
Yeah, that was the
and
DC.
it
Which,
sounds
as of today, they announced it's ending.
it's ending, so they're going back.
No, not
Yeah.
back, but
They're going forward.
they're
back.
going forward back.
Fuck comic books.
They're making a
Okay.
they're making a
This is
circle.
why everyone sees the movies and no one reads the comic books.
Comic books, I fell out of it. Now I'm kind of glad I did, because it seems like a waste of time. Like, if you're gonna just throw everything you've been doing into the garbage can to appeal.
I don't
to
think it's being
moviegoers.
thrown into the garbage can. A lot of it is
It's being put
continuing.
into the recycle bin.
And then we'll get it back later
Yeah,
in a different
exactly.
form. But I thought that sounded
More
stupid.
accurate.
Like, and I love what Marvel Studios is doing, but like when they did the Ultimate Universe, I thought that's smart. That way, you please people who want to keep going on with the same story as it is, but
Right.
you could all. It's a nice jumping on point for like a new
For new
series,
people.
a separate universe where you have the same
Or if
characters.
you want like a new spin on the characters
Yeah.
that you
Mhm.
like.
You can do different things,
Right.
but with the same characters. I mean, that happens in comic books all the time with standalone
Right.
series. Like, take this well-known character. You don't have to set him up with an origin or anything. Just
Right.
throw him in a different scenario, alternate universe, something. That happens all the time.
That's sort of what they did with Batman, just the Batman book, with DC's New 52. They put on one writer, one artist, and they've been doing this book for almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
And they are going to be continuing post New 52 with whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're throwing out everything from New 52. They are keeping some things. And
Just-
adding more, expanding, I guess,
I don't know.
in a different way than they already had. We'll see.
I mean, the way that you said like the ultimate version is like now to many people like the quintessential version.
Right.
It's kind of like the same way that like I remember one time I was like an old Super Nintendo game. I think it was like a Punisher game, and Nick Fury was in it. And he was a white dude. I'm like, whoa! Like that kind of took me for a loop. I'm like, yeah, that's right.
No, there was,
Yeah.
Used
wasn't
to
there
be
wasn't there
white.
some thing where like a bunch of people were complaining that Nick Fury was like portrayed as white in a certain Marvel cartoon or something? People were like, oh, whitewashing, Nick Fury character, getting rid of all the black characters, without realizing that the character was originally white and then made black.
I mean, at this
For the
point now
Ultimate
he
Universe.
is black.
Well, what I'm saying is it's a weird feedback loop where
Yeah.
we're forgetting where we came from, and we're just
Yeah,
for feeding ourselves the same thing that the movies have created.
right.
Yeah,
And I think it's potentially destructive. I don't know. Well, it remains to be seen.
it's like the same thing with people who think Spider-Man always had the things in his wrist rather than inventing the thingy.
Right.
People were like, they saw Amazing. They're like, why does he not have the thing? And
Yeah.
I was like,
people are dumb. Yeah.
no,
But-
sir.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I'm severely disappointed that that's happening. But whatever.
Sorry.
Also, no one's buying comic books anymore, so I guess they're desperate. So
Yeah. It sells.
yeah,
It's gotta be new and shiny.
yeah. But
We'll get that Secret Wars movie eventually, I guess. And you wanted to talk about briefly.
I just
Oscars?
yeah, I just want I don't really care too much because like probably Boyhood's just gonna win and it's gonna suck, but and I generally don't give too much credence to award shows anyway because they like we've talked about in the past heavy biases towards certain types of movies genres.
Yeah.
Um, And we obviously love comic book
Yeah.
movies and
They're,
superheroes. So
they're a little bit less interested in comedies and action movies.
yeah, which is something. we
I remember
seem to
being I remember being like 9 or whatever and like watching some award show and just like asking my parents, I'm like, why don't they give awards to like And I just listed a bunch of genres, and my parents were like,
Sorry, kid.
Yeah.
That's the way things work.
But I wanted to just mention Birdman because it's amazing.
Birdman is the best play I've ever seen.
Yeah, Birdman. That's pretty accurate. But I feel like Birdman should win just because it's so cool. I don't know how.
I feel like that's like the competition though. Like it's Birdman, Boyhood, and like that's kind of.
But Boyhood doesn't deserve to be in that running because it's nothing happens. It's boring. The kid's an asshole.
I like the movie.
I didn't like it.
Fight.
Well, like. It's not the groundbreaking, amazing film that people say it is. I'm not saying it's bad.
It's just cool because you get to say, did you know it's filmed in 12 years?
Yeah, exactly. You know it took 12 years to make? That makes it good.
Look at
That
Ethan
makes it
Hawke. Look at how
groundbreaking.
old he got now.
Yeah.
Like there are good parts. To
No, there's lots of good stuff. Well, I'm saying my main complaint is that the first half of the movie, the interesting characters are everyone but the boy.
Right.
The parents have this interesting
'Cause he's
thing,
not-
and the
'cause he's
mom
not, like,
has
an actor
troubles,
yet.
and even
He's
the
a child.
even the older sister has like lines of dialogue, and she's asking questions to her mom, and she gets
Yeah.
upset when they're moving. It's like she's really the main character in the beginning
Yeah.
of the movie because she is slightly older
Maybe
and can
Boyhood.
comprehend
Boyhood
things.
is not an apt title. The original title was going to be 12 Years, but then 12 Years a Slave came out. He did not want to.
12 years, a
Didn't-
boy.
But
they did not want to confuse the two,
Yeah.
so they named it Boyhood.
You know, it's just he's just like he reminds me of I don't even know his name. Fucking kid Anakin Skywalker from the Phantom Menace. He
Oh,
reminds me of that.
Jesus.
He doesn't do anything, and anytime he opens his mouth, it's something dumb. And it's like eventually he becomes a character when he gets older.
Right.
But
And
he's just
pod racing the whole time. And no one.
he gets older. He's just I'm a existential douchebag. I smoke. I drink. I
I
eat
hate
mushrooms.
sand.
The first day of college. Spoilers.
He moved. He didn't even unpack yet, and he's like, "I'm gonna do
Mushrooms,
with
yeah.
my-"
Yeah, and it's just like he's just annoying. So he goes from like not having a character to having the worst character, and I don't know. Like a lot of those characters are really interesting, and I think that
But I think
wasted potential in the story about this kid I don't care about.
But what's almost interesting though is that like it is such like a realistic take almost on the character that it's like, yeah, you probably know someone like this kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely do.
Yeah.
But that's the whole
That's
movie.
the movie.
Is
Yeah.
everything is so realistic.
Just like like you hate the kid. Clearly you don't like this kid.
Yeah.
And
But like
if that
clearly
type
in-
of person came around,
Clearly,
you,
yeah, clearly in the back of your mind you're thinking like, that's like Phil. I hate Phil. Like
No, Phil. No,
Oh, I like Phil.
Phil's more like American Sniper.
Oh, do you actually know someone named Phil?
Yeah.
I just shot Phil out there. I was,
Our friend Phil, he's like 30 and he used to be in the military.
oh, okay.
It's great. I love Phil.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, I don't know, like I can appreciate the fact that it is very
Yeah,
realistic. And Linklater, he always films movies like that, where it's just like people doing stuff, and there's not really like a overall like plot or
School
like
of
story arc. Well, ignore School of Rock. People keep bringing that up. I don't care about School of Rock.
I know.
But like his other films are more like just sort of like things happening to people.
Right.
And it's a very just like organic, like this is
Yeah,
what life
it's
is
just
like,
supposed to
I
be like a
guess.
very slice of life type.
Yeah.
What's it called? Like
It's not groundbreaking.
Like
No, not at all.
Mumblecore or something.
My point is, doesn't deserve Best Picture. Not saying it's a bad film, but it doesn't deserve the praise it's getting, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think Birdman is a lot of fun, and it has enough new dynamic things, and the performances are so great
Yeah.
that it really should. And I don't even know who the director is. I've never heard of that guy.
He
Oh,
did,
he
I can't even
did
say his name.
Babel.
Babel.
Yeah.
I saw that. That movie's very good.
So like a relatively unknown director, at least unknown to me.
Yeah, yeah. He's,
Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu.
Yeah, but like he made this great movie, and like
yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Also-
That's actually his first full English movie, I think. All his other movies
Yeah,
are
yeah.
they're either
Babel,
in Spanish
yeah.
or Babel's got a bunch of languages going on.
Yeah.
Babel is super good. You should.
I have not seen it, but
I know
I'm
he
interested
did
now.
21 Grams, I think.
Yes. Yep.
I've never seen it, but I know he did that, and that's like a well-received movie.
Mhm.
I'm a huge fan of Whiplash.
I
watched
have not
all
seen it
the-
yet.
I haven't seen Whiplash.
I watched all the.
I want to see J. Jonah Jameson just yell at a kid.
Oh my
just,
God.
I need
Amazing.
pictures.
Amazing.
Okay, maybe I'll watch that next.
But
because
that's the thing. I like.
I'm curious.
To me, I watched all the Oscar movies over the break. To me, Boyhood, Birdman, and Whiplash are
Did you see
above
Grand
and
Budapest?
beyond. Yes, Grand Budapest was really
What did you
good.
think of that?
It
Those were-
doesn't
those
deserve
two
Best
were the
Picture.
best.
If you like Wes Anderson, it's.
I like the
It's
one
great.
joke was he rode in on like a bicycle made of like recycled tuba parts or something like that.
I don't know.
It was a
That's what I'm
Golden
saying.
Globes
It's
joke.
Oh. I
Yeah.
thought you meant it was in the movie.
Oh no! Yeah,
No,
it was a
because
joke about.
it's
what's
entirely
there.
a possibility
Oh,
in
yeah.
those movies.
Oh
of-
yeah.
of
Did you ever see the
tone.
Saturday Night Live thing about his
That is great.
the horror movie thing?
Yeah.
A coterie of Jesus, it's so funny.
I'll have to look it up.
And like Owen Wilson's in it, and it's like, wow, they're outside and they're wearing matching tracksuits, and they're just like standing there with a knife. It's perfect.
It looks like a Wes Anderson.
Yeah,
movie
it's
that
perfect.
exists. And especially Edward Norton was hosting that week. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
so
So he was in the
Yeah.
That's great.
But Boyhood, Birdman, and Whiplash I like a lot, but
So-
for different reasons. Boyhood, it's like proof of concept. Like they said, we're going to make this movie, and
And
they
they did.
actually made
Yeah.
it, and it worked out pretty well. And it was like a nice story.
Yeah.
Birdman, I liked because there was like depth and like complex characters and
Yeah.
great performances.
I mean,
Not to say that there weren't great performances in the other two
Yeah.
movies, but that's why I like
the
this
performances made the movie.
one. And
The story is about a man.
the subtext, about
Did you
superhero
get the Batman
movies,
thing?
superhero
the
movies,
Batman
and-
self-referential,
right, the
Michael
meta
Keaton thing,
references and things like that.
Yep.
That made that movie great. And what made Whiplash great was because it was like the best action movie I'd seen all year, but there was no violence at all. It was as intense as you would expect one of those movies to be, with jazz music.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm really interested to see it.
Random question: are either of you two musicians? Like, have you ever played it?
Yeah.
Because I've heard that the movie hits a lot harder if like you can relate to like, oh yeah, I had like a band teacher and he was like a dick.
I did band.
I did band and
a
I quit
while
because I
ago.
hated the teacher. Like so.
Yeah.
I played music through high school, so if it's
You'd
like
probably understand a little bit more than I would, but
I dropped out in middle school.
Up until middle school,
Yeah.
but I wasn't very interested in music
okay
to begin with. But this also gives you a good appreciation of jazz music, which is usually something. Oh, jazz music. It's kind of pretentious.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
I don't
Fancy.
in my school. Jazz was huge, like because we had such a
They had,
good
like, a jazz
programs.
band?
Yeah,
Yeah, we had that too.
we had several jazz bands, but it's something that I can appreciate because I've been around that.
Mhm.
so.
Right, but it exposed at least me because I never really listened to jazz or band music. I wasn't in band in high school. At least for me, it exposed me to jazz in like an unpretentious way. It's just like, here is music, like it or not. This
Yeah.
is what it is, and I like that a lot about that movie.
So I'll see it and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely.
totally gonna
I
watch
think
that.
you'd like it.
Yeah, because the only movies I haven't seen Whiplash, I haven't seen Theory of Everything, which looks boring. and-
It was good. The first half was.
That's the Stephen Hawking one.
yeah,
right?
I don't care about Stephen Hawking. Like that's
The
problem.
guy who plays him is amazing.
That's I'll probably end up
He's,
seeing it,
from Les Mis. What was he?
Yeah, I don't know.
but like
I know he's in the movie.
nothing inspires me. Like, oh, let's go see that Stephen Hawking movie. Like nothing
Yeah.
inspires me. Like I don't want to see that.
The
Like
trailers also made it seem like a romantic comedy almost.
Yeah.
I heard it was very sad. Like
It
not
is-
a happy
it is kind of
film.
sad.
Yeah.
well,
The guy who plays Daredevil is also in that movie.
oh, now I
It
know.
all comes back.
Does-
And Miles Teller from Whiplash is in Fantastic
See
Four.
what happens is Stephen Hawking doesn't get the
And J.
disease
Jonah
that he gets. He
Jameson.
just is beaten senseless by Daredevil.
Oh, God.
He's
Yeah.
crippled.
Oh my God, that's
He's
so
a secret
horrible.
crime lord. Like
No,
behind the
I'm on
scenes.
to you, Hawking.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes down to best actor, it's going to be between him, Eddie Redmayne playing Stephen Hawking, and Michael Keaton in Birdman.
Yeah.
But Eddie Redmayne is going to be tough competition because he was really, really good in that movie.
Well-
The movie itself, fine,
Yeah.
but he was really great.
Okay, so it's like
Oh.
a very strong performance by
I-
that guy.
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't seen The Imitation Game either.
It's good. It's not.
Solid movie.
Yeah, not like best picture movie, but like at least for me, like Alan Turing's a big figure in
I'm
my
not a big-
field.
I'm not a big fan of
Nerd.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, computer science, but like no, like his. I thought it was
You could definitely appreciate that. more
not
than I
only
would.
the history, but like the figure himself, someone who
Yeah.
has done a lot, for mathematics, computer science, everything that you work with. Anytime you use a computer, you gotta kiss his ass because he made it for you.
That's true.
So and ignoring all that, he fucking ended World War II,
That's true.
before it started.
With computers.
What did you think of Benedict Cumberbatch?
Good. I mean, he's always a good actor. I'm not one of those people who like kisses his ass for everything he makes, but
you
like
don't reblog him on Tumblr?
No.
Don't you just love Sherlock though?
I just God, Benedict Cumberbatch, Martin Freeman, they're so gay
Yeah.
together. I love it. But
Isn't he going to be Doctor Strange? Going back to the
Yeah,
superhero
it all
thing.
comes back.
Yeah.
They scooped up every good actor, which goes back to Birdman.
yeah. That's it. That's the other thing about Birdman. Like Edward Norton in that movie, also
Yeah.
best supporting actor. I would be very pleased.
I'd be
Though I don't know who else is nominated. So I don't know.
Mark Ruffalo, J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons is just supporting though, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Mark Ruffalo, J.K. Simmons, Edward Norton, Ethan Hawke, who was very good. I liked him a lot in Boyhood, but I don't think that goes to his performance, more of his character than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's between Edward Norton and J.K. Simmons.
Okay, well, like I still have to see the rest of the movies to get like a full opinion, but
Yeah.
like
You got time.
Boyhood, fuck that movie, just because everyone
All
thinks
right.
it's fucking amazing, and I didn't think it was that good, but just me.
It's
I
gonna
guess.
win.
Yeah, that's really good to me. It's just gonna win because it took 12 years to make,
It's true.
and that's sad because Birdman should win. Okay,
Bird person.
Bird person. There you go.
All right.
I think that's it.
I think
We've been going for a while.
that is it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you
All
for
right.
watching our show about things
Thank you. We'll be back next week
with
talking about something.
with something.
All right.